What is going on, everybody? Thanks for stopping by to today's video. As you know, we travel around Philadelphia and the surrounding areas talking motorcycles, riding the Sportster, meeting up with people, drinking coffee, checking out Philly, all that good stuff. So if you're stopping by, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and drop a comment down there. I'd love to hear from everybody out there. So today we're on a little scoot outside the city. We are on Haverford Road in the Bryn Mawr area. So Bryn Mawr is located in what's called the main line. It's kind of like a strip of towns and kind of suburb neighborhoods outside of Philly, kind of that head like out northwest of the city. They kind of like curve out northwest. It's like Ardmore, Bryn Mawr, Haverford, Villanova. All those places are what's considered like the main line. They're like a northwest suburb of Philly. But anyways, so we're heading out this way today because we're going to meet up with my guy Corey, who you saw in a couple of my other videos, or one other video. We met up with him and his pretty cool Indian Scout bobber. So we're going to meet up with him, and we got some cool stuff that we're going to take a look at his place, so make sure you stay tuned. So you might remember in that last video where he was with us and we met up with Rodney, JR, Corey. We were all riding through Philly, took a ride down Kelly Drive to the art museum. You might remember that I mentioned that he's starting a little business buying and selling bikes. So he's got a pretty good stable of bikes right now that we're actually going to stop by and take a look at. I think he's got almost like anywhere from like 5 to 7 bikes that he's got right now, and some pretty cool ones too. I think he's got some Indian Scouts, he's got some Kawasaki Vulcans. He's telling me he just picked up a Sportster, I can't remember the year it was, a Harley Sportster super low that he's got. So what we're going to do, we're going to meet up with him. We're going to check out some of these bikes, see what all he has, and take a look at some of these. Then we're going to probably hop on the bikes and go out for a quick little scoot around the main line maybe. I just got to make sure I find the right roads to turn on here. What road is this? Here we go. Alright, so we made a couple wrong turns obviously, but I think we're on the right track now. Let's take a look here. Ah, there we go. Shannon Circle. There he is. Oh, look at that lineup of bikes right there. All right, so like I said, we just pulled up into Corey's place. We got all these bikes lined up. And like I was saying on the way out here, he's starting a little bit of a business buying and selling some bikes. So we're taking a look at these bikes here. Of course, we've got my Iron 1200, not for sale. We've got a Kawasaki Vulcan S. We got an Indian Scout. We got his Indian Scout bobber, probably not for sale. And then we've got a Sportster 883 super low that he just picked up. So pretty nice stable and lineup of bikes right here. So like I was saying, we got Corey right here. So
what's up, guys?
So tell me a little bit about how you kind of got the idea, or like when you started, you know, thinking about buying and selling some different bikes like that.
Right on, yeah. So basically about a year ago this time, I was super bored in quarantine, figuring what can I do to kill the time. I never rode a motorcycle in my life, and I decided, you know what, it's time, it's now or never. So I got a little 50cc moped, started riding that thing around. Not even a week later, I was hooked. I was ready to ride a big boy motorcycle. Over here, this was the flagship bike. I picked up a Kawasaki Vulcan 650. I watched a whole bunch of YouTube, learned how to use the friction zone, use how to use the clutch. Yeah.
So you're saying this is the one that you started on?
This is the one I started on, very first bike. Yeah, this is what started it all. It got me hooked. And then a buddy of mine said, hey, I want to ride motorcycles. I said, I know the perfect bike, get a Kawasaki Vulcan. And after that, it was like a light bulb, like, you know what? I think I could do this. So I started buying my own other bikes and then started flipping them. And basically a year later and 20 bikes later, might be time to open up a dealership.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's an awesome story, man. Like I said, you guys saw Corey in my other video where we met up with those guys in Manayunk and the other Sportsters, and we were talking a little bit about that. And that's how we started chatting on Instagram. He was telling me that story. I was like, man, that's an awesome story. That's pretty cool. You know, just bored in quarantine, starting to get into bikes and stuff. So like I always say, I'm always down to meet up with like-minded people and learn about their story, talk bikes with them and everything. So how about this Indian Scout right here? How'd you come across this one?
So this one was for sale up in Stamford, Connecticut. A guy was trying to teach his girlfriend how to ride. I think it was a little too much power for them. They were ready to downgrade to something maybe like a 650, but I came and scooped it off them. Did a little bit of repairs to it, got the fuel injectors replaced. They had to clean out the gas tank. Ran me about $1,000 in repairs, but she's perfect right now. Only has 1,200 miles on it. One owner. This bike has a whole life ahead of her. I see great things for it. Yeah.
Nice.
Beast.
And then of course the 2020 Scout Bobber, you saw that in the other video. I think sounds great with this exhaust.
Yeah, that Freedom Combat 2-in-1 exhaust gives it an extra like 18 to 20 horsepower. She's putting out about 120 total. Yeah, it is intense.
And then finally we got the 883 Super Low over here. So you were saying this is actually the first Harley that you've come across that you bought.
Yeah, this is my first intro Harley basically into the scene. I totally get its character. It is so special, so unique. That's the 883 Super Low. Only one owner from another guy in Northeast Pennsylvania, and I think it has about 3,000 miles on it. Very well maintained. I gave her a little sparkle, a little shine. I would probably take out that air intake. Yeah, probably throw something nicer on that. But she is gorgeous all around.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things we always talk about with the Sportsters is you can rip these things up and turn them into whatever you really want. So cool story, cool dude, cool lineup of bikes right here. Love seeing this stuff. So we're gonna hang out a little bit longer. I think we're gonna hop on a couple of these. I think I might actually hop on this one right here, the Indian Scout. I'll give you guys a little comparison between that and my Sportster over here. So stay tuned as we hop on some of those. All right, so we just hopped on Corey's 2015 Indian Scout here. So this is my first time ever on an Indian. So this is gonna be pretty interesting. He's up there ahead on his Scout Bobber. Whew, this thing has got some horsepower to it. This throttle is twitchy, man. This thing is ready to rip. Very smooth too, like the takeoff and the throttle, the displace of power, very smooth. Man, when you kick up into second, this thing's ready to rip. Man, his bobber up there, he's got this exhaust on it that sounds amazing. All right, so this 2015 Indian Scout Bobber, you saw us go over a little bit of details on how he acquired the bike earlier, got a good look at it back when we had it parked back there with the other bikes. So now we're on it. Man, I'm not gonna lie, this thing is smooth. I like this a lot. I'm so used to that clunky Sportster. But yeah, everything with the throttle, the clutch is really smooth here. Suspension feels really good too on this 2015 Scout. So we'll see how we do with some turns here and stuff. I was a little worried at first. I always say, you know, you guys, I'm so used to the mid controls and everything. These are a little forward, but it's really not too bad. It's pretty comfortable actually. I'm not really like super folded over or anything like that. I feel pretty good with my arms. I feel pretty good with the reach. Very smooth disbursement of the power right here. Wow, man, this is nice. I'm not gonna lie. First time on an Indian, I really like this thing. Leaning right through the corners. Let's give a lean here. Wow, this thing handles really nice. These are some nice roads back here too. even gotten into third gear yet, and this power is like still ready to go in second gear. Suspension, seat is super comfortable, riding position, man. Okay, now we're up into third. This is good. This is still feeling good at about 55, 60 right here. Oh my god, that roll-on power. Oh, this thing is fun. Oh, I know where we're at now, actually. Let's get up into fourth. Woo! Wow. I'm not gonna lie, first time on an Indian, this thing is impressive. Man, I can really see how Indian is giving Harley a run for their money right now. When you put the Scout that I'm on right now up against the Sportster, I mean, performance-wise, I'm telling you, on my Iron 1200, there's literally no comparison. I've been on this thing for 10 minutes already, and I can just already tell that there's no comparison. The Sportster doesn't even hold a lick to this thing. Like, you would rip on this thing, and this would blow the Sportster out of the water, I'm telling you. Now, as far as looks and everything, that's all subjective, yada yada. I mean, obviously, I like the looks of the Sportster better. But man, this thing is fun. You can maneuver this thing, lean around some of these turns going up a hill. Like right there, my Sportster would have lagged a little bit. All right, man, wow, that was a fun, quick ride on this little Indian Scout right here. Man, this thing is a blast. Leaning it around, cracking on the throttle. I mean, the throttle response is just immediate. The power is so accessible through those gears. Huge thanks to Corey for letting me hop on this bike today, man. This thing is cool. This thing was a ton of fun. Alright, so I had a blast making this video today. I hope you guys had fun learning a little bit more about Corey, little business, buying and selling bikes he's trying to start. Hope you had a good time looking at these bikes, the Vulcan, the Scout, the 883 he has. I'm going to link up all his information down there, like I said. Anybody interested in some bikes, some stuff like that, hit this guy up. He's always finding good deals. He's always willing to do some good deals. So I'm going to link up his Instagram. He's got a little stuff on YouTube, maybe a little bit of stuff on Facebook Marketplace too, is where he's buying and selling some of this stuff. So we're going to wrap this one up for now, heading back to his place. Had a blast trying out, talking about some of these different bikes, talking about his story a little bit. So as always, if you like roaming around Philly, talking bikes, riding bikes, all that good stuff, if you're down to ride, hit me up on Instagram at TheMotoJohn. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and drop me a comment down there. Let me know what you think about all these different bikes. Which one's your favorite? Alright, so that'll wrap it up for now. We'll catch you on the next one. As always, make sure you ride safe out there. It's the MotoJohn. We'll see y'all on down the road. Peace.